A controversial new policy is offering cash to migrant teens to leave the US. But is it a compassionate solution or a dangerous gamble? The Trump administration is rolling out a plan that raises serious ethical questions. Imagine being a teenager, alone in a foreign country, and being offered money to leave. That's the reality for unaccompanied migrant teens in the US, who may soon be presented with a $2,500. The Department of Homeland Security, through the Office of Refugee Resettlement, will offer this stipend to teens aged 14 and older. The process requires approval from an immigration judge, who is supposed to ensure the decision is truly voluntary and in the child's best interest. However, advocates worry that the promise of money could unduly influence young people who are already facing immense pressure and uncertainty. And this is the part most people miss. This policy shift comes amidst ongoing efforts to the Trafficking Victims Protection Reauthorization Act, in place for over 2 decades, mandates protections for these children, including screening for trafficking victims and those fearing persecution. Traditionally, voluntary departure hasn't been actively promoted to children in custody, and those requesting it needed judicial approval. Nehar Desai, from the National Center for Youth Law, argues that while voluntary departure is an option, the government's active encouragement and financial incentive raise serious concerns. She believes this approach undermines the child's best interest and could lead to harmful outcomes. Earlier attempts to expedite deportations of unaccompanied minors, like directly asking teens if they wanted to leave, have already sparked alarm among immigrant advocates. They argue that child safety must be paramount, and rushing deportations could expose children to danger. The administration's additional vetting procedures, while intended to ensure safety, have also led to prolonged stays in shelters, further complicating the situation. Is this policy a pragmatic solution to a complex issue, or a short-sighted approach that prioritizes numbers over human lives? The debate is far from over, and the fate of these vulnerable young people hangs in the balance. What do you think? Is offering financial incentives to migrant teens ethical? Share your thoughts in the comments below.